For as long as anybody can remember, Hollywood has been a place where love, money, and celebrities have clashed in each other in the most shocking ways possible. There are some of the most surprising events that happen, not on the big screen, but in real life. Whether it's by whirlwind weddings, painful divorces, or jaw-dropping inheritances, these stories take place behind the glitter and glamour. The fact that even the most successful people are not immune to grief, controversy, and financial disputes is shown by the fact that these partnerships range from unions that lasted for just a few days to settlements that cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Today, we're going to go into some of the most astounding situations where love was intertwined with money, power, and sorrow. To begin, we'll begin with Pamela Anderson's husband of just 12 days, who astonished everyone by leaving her $10 million in his will. Pamela Anderson's husband who drained her fortune. Pamela Anderson, the Baywatch star. She was a victim of multiple troubled marriages, but her last marriage in 2020 to producer John Peters shocked her entire circle, including her fans. There were reports of speculation that John paid off her debts, but later on allegedly took control of and misused her finances. The unhappy marriage just lasted a short 12 days, with Pamela walking away from John, claiming she didn't want anything for her. Unfortunately, John was not the first to take unfair advantage of Pamela's bank balance. With her past exploitations by her partners, she lost millions to partners who played with her money. Her openness that she became a victim of her partners shows how some people break trust and convert trust into betrayal. Despite so many losses, Pamela built her life with freedom. She focused on activism and writing rather than relying on anyone. She chose to work again instead of crying about her problems. Nicole Smith's billionaire marriage that sparked a fortune battle. Nicole Smith, a Playboy model in the past, shocked the whole world when she married 89-year-old billionaire J. Howard Marshall II at the age of 26. She created headlines and growing public debate on her marriage, calling it love versus money. Marshall, the oil tycoon, was worth over $1 billion when he died after 14 months into their marriage. As Marshall died, at that time Anna claimed that Marshall promised her a massive portion of his estate. But Marshall's family strongly denied this. She then took the case to the U.S. Supreme Court, demanding justice as the wife of billionaire J. Howard Marshall II. She spent years in legal case fighting for her share, but she was never given the full portion of her fortune. This case went on to become one of the most confusing cases of inheritance battles in Hollywood history. Britney Spears and Kevin Federline, the divorce that cost millions. In 2004, Britney Spears married backup dancer Kevin Federline after falling in love with each other. Their relationship quickly drew all media attention to them, especially since Kevin had recently, at that time, left his pregnant fiancée. The couple had 2 children together before their marriage fell apart amid Britney's struggle with fame and personal problems. Britney filed for divorce in 2007, which led to a bitter custody fight. Kevin was given the primary custodianship of the children, while Britney was going through legal and personal setbacks in her life. Reportedly, the divorce also caused Britney millions of dollars in child support and legal fees. Till last year, Kevin was still receiving child support from Britney, keeping her tied to Kevin for her children long after their split. Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Lockwood, a legal war over wealth. Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis Presley, married musician Michael Lockwood in 2006. Their marriage ended after 10 years, which ended in a high-profile divorce in 2016. Huge number of people fought over the divorce story, while Michael tries to secure the maximum portion of Lisa's fortune. There were reports of disputes regarding the property, spousal support, and management of their twin daughters' trust funds. According to the court file, a tension was building up between Lisa and Michael regarding financial transparency and lifestyle spending during the marriage. Elvis Presley's estate that Lisa inherited from her father thus further complicated the proceedings and was further complicated by the media. This divorce is a prime example of the challenges of balancing personal relationships with extraordinary wealth. Paul McCartney and Heather Mills, the $50 million divorce settlement. Paul McCartney and Heather Mills got married in 2002 after a brief courtship. Their relationship in a short time was all over the headlines due to their different personalities and a lot of public attention on it. Heather filed for divorce in 2006, and unacceptable differences were the reasons she gave for getting the divorce. Their ongoing legal battle was highly publicized with complaints and sharing their personal problems. After long-going negotiations and courtroom trials, Heather was given $48.6 million from Paul's net worth, making it one of the most expensive divorce settlements of that time. Heather received cash, property, and spousal support from Paul in the settlement, making the fans shocked with the amount and the permanent break of their relationship. This divorce was a highlight of financial loss even renowned singers face in high-profile marriages. Elton John and Renata Blau, the marriage that ended in court battles. Elton John and Renata Blau exchanged rings in 1984, surprising and shocking for both Elton's and Renata's fans, as fans were aware of Elton's previous openness about his sexuality. Their marriage lasted only 4 years, and then it all ended in a divorce in 1988, just 4 years into the marriage. At that time, it was reported that Renata wanted a financial settlement, which then led to tense financial negotiations. The former couple kept most of their private issues regarding their relationship private, but on the other side, there were news of fights over property and spousal support all over the news. Elton's net worth and music royalties made him pay a hefty financial amount to Renata for the settlement. Despite so many legal disputes, both tried to maintain secrecy from their end to avoid extra media intrusion into their life decisions. The marriage remains a notable chapter in Elton's personal and financial life, showing that even megastars like Elton face troubles in life. Madonna and Guy Ritchie, the costly divorce that shocked Hollywood. Madonna and Guy Ritchie wed in the year 2000 after a long-going romance, combining pop fame with British movie making. In their marriage, they had one child, which added more tension to their split. In 2008, Madonna and Guy applied for divorce, triggering one of the most high-profile Hollywood legal battles of the decade. The proceedings turned out to be much longer, taking consideration of their son's guardianship and other discussions regarding property division and financial settlements in which Madonna was getting a larger piece of net worth from the settlement due to her earnings. It was reported that the divorce cost $10 million, including legal fees and settlement. Both parties were heavily criticized by the media as long as the case was going on. Janet Jackson and Wissam Almana, a split surrounded by fortune rumors. Janet Jackson got married to the wealthy Qatari businessman Wissam Almana in 2012, surprising fans with a sudden private ceremony. The couple was living an extravagant life. They were often seen in Dubai or London, creating headlines for crazy luxury purchases. In 2017, Janet filed for divorce after completing 5 years in their marriage, claiming inconceivable gap between them. Rumors quickly highlighted about the financial settlement, as Wissam's net worth was said to be in billions at that time. Reports said that Janet asked for spousal support and a division of assets acquired during their marriage. The divorce remained mostly private, without too news spread outside social media, spread the complexities of high net worth individual split. Mariah Carey and James Packer, the broken engagement with a huge payout. Mariah Carey engaged the Australian billionaire James Packer in 2016 after a quick romance. Their engagement was kept highly public, with fans having a thought of their lavish wedding and a big fortune in account after their combined bank balance and net worth. In 2017, Mariah ended the engagement, stating irreconcilable differences and undisclosed personal reasons. There were reports of James spending millions of dollars on gifts for Mariah and had spent another millions of dollars on gifts, vacation, and luxury items during their relationship. Mariah got a significant portion of his assets after their split. The breakup showed that how even such a short-term relationship can involve huge financial stakes. Tiger Woods and Ellen Nordegren, one of the most expensive divorces ever. Tiger Woods married Ellen Nordegren in 2004 after a high-profile courtship, mixing sports fame with media attention. They had 2 children from their marriage, making financial and personal shares in the union. In 2009, after growing Tiger's cheating scandals, Ellen filed for divorce, making it one of the most publicized splits in history. The divorce settlements cost Tiger over $100 million with spousal support and division of assets. Ellen kept their family home with trust funds for her children and additional luxury properties securing her children's life. This case became a benchmark of celebrity divorces, explaining in depth, with examples, how a scandal can ruin a happy, ongoing life and what personal consequences can result. Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin, a legal drama over money and custody. Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin tied the knot in 1993 and had 1 daughter together, Ireland Baldwin. Their marriage came to a dead end in 2002 after they got constant scrutiny by the media and personal conflicts. Their divorce was filed with complications regarding their daughter Ireland's custody and financial support, with both of the parents, Kim and Alec, demanding primary guardianship of Ireland. Financial disputes for child support, spousal support, and the separation of properties they owned during their Hollywood time. It was reported that throughout the hearing, Kim fought for Ireland's trust fund and financial security, while on the other side, Alec disagreed with some of the claims. This legal battle was highly publicized, showing the challenges of fame on personal relationships. Halle Berry and Gabriel Aubry, courtroom battles over money and support. Halle Berry and Gabriel Aubry were a power couple who were together for several years and have been through a lot of ups and downs together, and they had a daughter named Nala. But unfortunately, nothing lasts forever. They separated in 2010, causing a protracted, complicated financial dispute and custody. The courtroom battles were based on child support, rights for visiting Nala, whether she's staying with Halle or Gabriel, and the division of shared assets. Gabriel reportedly demanded and asked for generous visit arrangements to his daughter Nala, while at the same time Halle aimed to maintain privacy and stability for her daughter. But despite Halle's efforts, the case became highly publicized because of Halle's celebrity status and the media frenzy all around the custody. Financial negotiations were regarding support payments, property disputes, and legal fees, reflecting the complexities of high-profile parenting. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey, the divorce that split a fortune. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey married in 2002, following a romance that was highly publicized and everyone knew about it. They gained their fame through their reality TV show, Newlyweds. Their marriage only lasted 4 years and came to an end in 2006. The probable cause behind their separation was personal differences and media attention. The divorce case was filled with financial demands over spousal support, property, and shared earnings from their reality series and music careers. It was reported that Jessica and Nick both got significant portions of their joint assets, though Jessica received more portion of the wealth because of her growing business ventures. The settlement was enough for both Jessica and Nick to continue thriving in their career even after their divorce. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, a marriage that cost more than love. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown got married in 1992, in contrast, blending 2 powerful music careers. However, when there are pros at the same time, there are cons. Their marriage was filled with public scandals, substance abuse issues, and legal troubles. Financially, they cleared off Whitney's fortune because of expensive spending and legal fees. Whitney and Bobby had a daughter together, Bobby Christina Brown, whose custody and well-being became the main issue of the conflict. They got divorced in 2007, which involved asset division, spousal support, and settlements related to their shared properties. The media and paparazzi speculated that the reason behind the divorce was financial loss, made the marriage look more costly than the emotional strain. Jennifer Lopez and Kris Judd, the dancer who won a $1 million divorce. Jennifer Lopez married with backup dancer Kris Judd in 2001 after a short-while romance. Their marriage lasted less than 2 years and ended in 2003 because of their commitments and busy in their careers and personal differences. Even though the duration of their marriage was short, Kris received a settlement from Jennifer worth about $1 million with the division of property, the assets that were acquired during their marriage, and spousal support. The media was mostly highlighting the financial part because of Jennifer's enormous growing fame and wealth at that time. Cher and Sonny Bono, from power couple to financial betrayal. Cher and Sonny Bono got married in 1969, which formed the most famous pop duo of history. Their partnership was mixed with music, television, and entertainment fame, making them the most liked couple of their time. Their marriage came to an end with a divorce in 1975 during their personal problems and career pressures. The financial disputes arose regarding shared assets, royalties, and properties they owned together during their marriage. It was reported that Sonny tried to take some profit from their projects made together, which flamed more tension between them. Cher's smart business sense made her to secure a favorable financial settlement after divorce. Robin Givens and Mike Tyson, the marriage surrounded by money scandals. Robin Givens and Mike Tyson tied the knot in 1988. They got married when Mike was rising rapidly as a superstar in the boxing world. Robin and Mike's marriage only lasted a year. It came to an end with allegations on Mike of abuse, infidelity, and financial disputes. Reports claim that Robin wanted to secure a portion of Mike's rising fortune during their split. The legal proceedings were full of lawsuits, settlements, and negotiations regarding spousal support and property division. Mike and Robin's divorce was highly covered by the media, amplifying the financial and personal aspects. Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, the divorce that shook Hollywood wallets. Demi Moore got married to Ashton Kutcher in 2005, even after a noticeable age gap and public gossip. Their marriage lasted 8 years before a report broke of Demi and Ashton choosing their separate ways. In 2013, rumors broke out regarding cheating and personal differences. The divorce pointed financially involved, with a split in shared assets, property, and settlements linked to Ashton's earnings. Reports said that Demi secured a big chunk of financial amount, even though both Demi and Ashton had their own enormous wealths. Their divorce was attracting a lot of media headlines, highlighting how celebrity breakups can involve public criticism and financial drama. Mel Gibson and Robin Moore, a record-breaking $400 million divorce. Mel Gibson and Robin Moore got engaged in 1980. Robin focused on building a family, while Mel's Hollywood career skyrocketed after marrying Robin. Their marriage went on for 28 years and ended badly in 2011 with a vast media coverage of their divorce all over the internet. Reports said that Robin was given around $425 million to come to a settlement. This is one of the largest and most expensive celebrity divorces till date. In the division, both got separated division of properties, investments, luxury vehicles, and cash assets. The legal battle both Mel and Robin focused on was spousal support, lifestyle maintenance, and equitable distribution of Mel's fortune. Steven Spielberg and Amy Irving, a prenup battle that cost millions. Steven Spielberg and Amy Irving were married since 1985 after Steven met Amy during the shooting of a movie project, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as both of them shared the same dedication and love toward their Hollywood careers. Their marriage broke apart in 1990, 5 years into their married life, after they were facing personal and professional differences in their Hollywood career and life principles. The divorce legally went on for a long time, as there were conditions in the marriage contract on the time of getting a divorce and also due to financial settlements. Amy reportedly asked for a portion stated in the agreement before their marriage, in which Amy asked for a significant portion of share from Steven's rising fortune. The legal battle was about negotiations over the properties, royalties, and spousal support, which shows us the tense problems one can't imagine which celebrities face in their relationships due to their mind-boggling wealth and fortune. Donald Trump and Ivana Trump, a divorce that made headlines worldwide. Donald Trump married Ivana Trump in 1977. Ivana and Donald became the power couple of their era in New York. Donald had 3 children with Ivana: Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric Trump. They got divorced in 1992 due to media scrutiny and allegations against Donald of cheating on Ivana. It was reported at that time that Ivana received a financial settlement from Donald worth $25 million, along with real estate and property assets. The conditions put upon divorce were negotiations over business interests and child guardianship and custody. Kris Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner, a split with complex financial ties. Kris Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, got married in 1991, merging family life with their Hollywood fame together. The couple had 2 daughters together, Kendall and Kylie Jenner, as part of their merged family life. They took divorce in 2015 amid years of rumors related to Caitlyn's transformation and personal differences. The divorce included complex financial agreements, including property separation to both of them, spousal support, and business interests in the Kardashian-Jenner empire. According to some reports, Kris got a significant portion of control of family businesses and media ventures, while Caitlyn got financial compensation and agreed to co-parenting terms. Sandra Bullock and Jesse James, the divorce that ended in financial fallout. Sandra Bullock and Jesse James tied the knot in 2005, merging their Hollywood fame with reality TV fame. Their marriage ended in 2010, just 5 years into the marriage, when news broke of Jesse's cheating scandals on Sandra. Their divorce was filled with financial settlements from Jesse's side, along with separating and division of property, spousal support, and the assets they owned during their marriage. Sandra received the larger portion of their wealth, along with the custody of Jesse's children from his past marriage. Legal procedures ensured that Sandra's fortune was secure while giving them a fair trial. Their divorce is Hollywood's most talked about divorce from 2010. Eddie Murphy and Nicole Murphy, a divorce settlement worth millions. In 1993, Eddie Murphy and Nicole Murphy exchanged rings and got married, and were a happy family with 5 children over the years. After 13 years into their marriage, in 2006, their marriage was over due to cases of cheating and personal differences. The divorce included big financial negotiations with spousal support, property split, and arrangements to be made for supporting their children after the divorce. According to reports, Nicole received millions of dollars in the settlement, which showed Eddie's striving career earnings and their combined assets together. The settlement was highly covered by the media, which highlighted Eddie's status as one of the highest-earning actors in Hollywood. Johnny Carson and Joanna Holland, a divorce that drained millions. The legendary talk show host Johnny Carson got married to Joanna Holland in 1987 after a decade of being in the public eye. Their marriage went on until 1992, which then ended in a high-profile divorce that caught the attention of the paparazzi and media. According to reports, a big amount of financial settlements was given to Joanna, including cash, property, and support arrangements. Negotiations in the divorce were related to the enormous wealth of Johnny, which stemmed from decades of television success. The legal court proceedings were highly shown by the media, showing that Johnny Carson's divorce remains one of the most talked about divorces of the 20th century. Harrison Ford and Melissa Matheson, a settlement costing $85 million. Harrison Ford married screenwriter Melissa Matheson in 1983, making them one of the most private couples in Hollywood. Their marriage went on for a decade until 2004. They filed for a divorce because of personal differences. A financial settlement was involved in the settlement. According to the reports, it was worth around $85 million, including property and assets. The division of assets was complex in the divorce because of Ford's career earnings, royalties from blockbuster films, and real estate holdings. Also, the custody of their 2 children were included in the settlement to ensure the financial security and support of the kids. The media didn't cover much of the case in respect to the couple's preference in staying private while the settlement was going on. Lionel Richie and Diane Alexander, the divorce that cost him dearly. Lionel Richie married Diane Alexander in 1995, collaborating to achieve his music fame and her personal success. They went on for a divorce after 7 years of being together, filing for divorce in 2002 due to personal and financial differences. It was reported that the divorce cost Richie millions of dollars, including property division, spousal support, and shared investments. Because of Lionel's global music career, the legal proceedings were not that simple, also because of his bank balance from royalties and performances. Diane got the significant portion of their net worth to ensure her financial stability after the divorce, while Lionel still had the majority of his fortune. Michael Douglas and Deandra Luker, a divorce that broke records in Hollywood. Michael Douglas and Deandra Luker, a divorce that broke records in Hollywood. Michael Douglas got married to Deandra Luker in 1977 after a brief courtship, merging prestigious Hollywood life with personal life. Their marriage came to an end in the year 2000, ending in one of the most expensive celebrity divorces of their time. The case legally included negotiations over spousal support, property division, and potential royalties from Michael's movie work. The media kept a close eye on the divorce, showing both the financial and emotional burden of a decade-old marriage coming to an end. Michael still had the majority of his fortune, but acknowledged the settlement's damage to his financial planning. Paul Hogan and Noeline Hogan, a divorce with a massive financial blow. Paul Hogan is best known for his work in Crocodile Dundee. He married Noeline Hogan in 1958. Their love life went on for decades before it ended in 2014. Their divorce was all over the media because of Paul Hogan's international movie star. His ex-wife, Noeline, got a $30 million compensation in the settlement, including property and investments. The negotiation deal between Paul and Noeline included their shared assets, retirement funds, and royalties from Paul's iconic movies. The media covered the size of the settlement and the implications of Paul's net worth. Phil Collins and Orianne Kevy, a settlement that made headlines. Phil Collins married Orianne Kevy in 1999, merging his iconic music career with a high-profile life. The couple took divorce in 2008. Still, their financial dispute went on unsettled, making headlines all over the world. The legal notice was complex, as it included alimony, trust fund for their children, and division of Collins' long-going successful career music royalties. The media was constantly at their back, keeping a close eye on the proceedings, highlighting the intense lifestyle changes and lavish spendings when they were married. Garth Brooks and Sandy Mall, the country star's $125 million divorce. Garth Brooks married Sandy Mall in 1986, marking the beginning of a long relationship that ended in 2001 with their divorce. Their divorce was highly publicized due to Garth's status as one of the country's biggest music stars. Sandy received $125 million in settlement, including property, cash, and other assets. Legal conversation between them was about the division of investments, royalties, and support arrangements for their daughter. Media covered on the huge settlement and Garth's ongoing success even after the divorce. James Cameron and Linda Hamilton, a $50 million split after Titanic. The famed director of the most famous movie, The Titanic, James Cameron, after having a private courtship with Linda Hamilton, he married her in 1997. The relationship ended in 1999 due to personal differences between them and career pressures. Their divorce included a financial settlement of around $50 million, including property, cash, and other assets. It was also focused on spousal support and division of wealth generated from James' blockbuster hit movies. Linda got a portion of the settlement, giving her financial security even after the marriage was over. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver, a marriage torn by scandal and money. Arnold Schwarzenegger married Maria Shriver in 1986, together making a powerful political and Hollywood couple. In their marriage, they had 4 children, and their marriage lasted a good 25 years of their life. Their marriage ended in 2011 after rumors broke out of Arnold having an extramarital affair. So, in the negotiation settlement of the divorce, Maria received a big settlement worth tens of millions of dollars, along with continued child support. Russell Crowe and Danielle Spencer, The costly split of a Hollywood star. After having a long-term relationship, Russell Crowe married Danielle Spencer in 2003. After they wed, they became the most admired couple of Hollywood at the time. They had 2 children during they were married until they started having challenges and problems in their relationship, so they took a divorce in 2018. It was reported that the settlement involved tens of millions of dollars in cash, property, and shared assets, showing Russell's successful career earnings. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon